there's a twist with dollars or will.
From the deepest depths of the dark web, dark of the night.
Wow, what an awesome night this is. Let's give a big round of applause for just everything that's going on tonight.
Everybody, yeah, it's the Darker Than Night Telethon. Boy, this is exciting. I don't know if there's, Chris, if there's any audio coming out of this microphone. Oh, it's because it's not on. Hey, what a great night, Alex.
The batteries are both dead. Both
no, this one's probably, if you...
No, the battery is dead.
I can hear you.
That's cool, but it is about to die.
It's the Darker Than Night Telethon, folks, and the reason why we're excited tonight is because we're going to raise $40,000.
$40,000.
Yeah.
40.
So that we can continue to broadcast in this studio we're in right now.
And I know for a fact, for those of you who are worried about what we were talking about right before we moved on, I have 4 AA batteries in a small plastic case over there.
Yeah. And so there's a chance that you didn't hear any audio coming out of the microphones when we were singing a minute ago, which would have been a shame.
So let's give a round of applause just to sort of cleanse the palate.
Yeah. Now, just to be clear, folks, these people that are sitting behind me, these are, they're not our friends per se. They're co-workers, and there's some previous guests that we've had on the show before, and people we've had to coax into coming tonight, but we're happy they're here, and we're going to talk to some of them and talk to most of them. Jody, is there anybody on the Twitch? Right. Let's hand Jody this microphone here. If we've got enough slack. No.
We use Discord, not Slack. Skin Slip, Ed Toast.
Yeah.
Dr. Watney.
Uh-huh. Great, they're all there.
Unopposed Beetle.
Uh-huh. And everybody's excited about the telethon, I guess.
Super excited.
So here's one thing I want to clear the air, because there's probably a lot of now here's one thing that I think that I'm not a banker and I'm not a salesman, but I do know that $40,000 is a lot of money, and that being said, we've never made any money from this show.
No.
So raising $40,000 in one night may seem like some kind of stupid joke. That being said, it's not, and we are going to do it.
Well, and some people might be wondering, how does that break down? Well, the studio we're renting is in Long Island City. We've never said that on air before, but that's what...
And even though I'm glad you did,
It's not. I probably should not have said that.
We shouldn't have said that, but...
But the point is, that breaks down to $3,500 a month, folks. And money doesn't grow on trees, at least not last time I checked. So we're trying to raise all this money, and if we don't, then I'll go back to sleeping in my car, and Alex will go back to wherever you go.
This is unrelated.
Yeah.
From, I have a small situation with my mortgage.
Uh-huh.
And unrelated to the fact that we're losing the studio.
Why didn't you tell me?
Unrelated to the fact that we're losing the studio, I may be homeless for a short period of time.
And there is not space in my car.
Well, I'm not sure. I was sort of bringing that up. I know this doesn't make sense, but I was bringing that up as good news.
Uh-huh. whatever the case, we're gonna work it out.
So no, but this is a show. This is not a sad night. This is
No.
a fun, good, cool night full of friends and night crawlers.
Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of different acts. We're going to raise this money. And by the way, folks, there's a donate box, on a new one that takes you to a Patreon page in case somebody would want to donate that way.
I mean, and not to be sentimental, not to be maudlin, but I mean, what other kind of quality programming can you see on Twitch in which you can go find out where aliens really are,
Where they roost.
What episodes of Seinfeld that are censored,
Yeah.
what they really were saying in there.
Yeah, and so that's the kind of quality program we're bringing for you. Folks, we did not anticipate, we didn't really know what it would be like having all these people in the room. We kind of envisioned sort of a crazy party-like atmosphere. This is sort of feeling just like a group of people that are just like sort of watching us sitting behind us. Which no, hey, that's not. I wasn't sort of begging for some sort of a reaction there. I was just merely making an observation because it's an experiment. This is an experimental show.
Well, but that being said, this is a place for experiments. It's for knowledge to take a journey to end up in a place where no one dares going because they say things like, I need to hold down a steady job. I like to have a family.
Yeah.
I have to go to bed.
Yeah.
And that this is a place where you can proudly say, I don't do any of those things.
No. Yeah. In fact, we don't do any of those things. We don't intend to.
Now, that being said, I would love if we make a little bit more money than $40,000. I'd like to buy a bed.
Yeah, me too.
Man, so I think we should, the whole process tonight, Eric, tell me how it's going to work. We're going to call out to the world.
Here's the thing: is we only have one phone, and most telethons, everybody's on a phone in the background. But we only have one because the cell reception in this building, we're in basically a concrete bunker, so we only get one landline out, and so we're going to have our callers call out individually, and they're going to be calling places of business and saying, "Hey, here's an opportunity to invest in the truth."
That being said, let's get some phone calls cooking, and we have our trusted sort of. He's not a colleague because he just does stuff for us. There's a guy in the other room, and we call him Sandpiper, and we didn't give him a mic. And he won't have one the whole night, so we won't hear from him. But he will be doing stuff in the other room to set up the calls.
Because he does owe us money. He's bought all sorts of personal stuff on our company credit card.
So, Chris, who do we got? Who do we got first up on the list? They're going to go over to Sandpiper, who we won't hear from.
Jared is first up.
Jared, let's give Jared a big hand. Folks, while that's getting started,
did we just kill the sound on Alex's mic? Oh, no. I didn't hear any sound coming out of your mic.
and this is the kind of sort of impromptu.
Yeah, there's no sound coming out of your mic.
And this is the sort of wild kind of experimentation.
Alex is saying that this is a sort of wild experimentation. They couldn't hear any sound coming out of your mic.
Okay.
You should put your headphones in. These things.
And this is the kind of sort of tense things that.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Oh, this mic's dead too.
You want this one back?
Yeah.
We just got our very first subscriber.
Did we? We got a subscriber. We got a subscriber, Alex, which is good because the mics are dying, and so with
I'll just start at the beginning. I'll just start with the Kmart.
with the $5 that thank you for the new subscriber. Who is the subscriber, Jody? Oh, Dr. Watney. Dr. Watney subscribed. She gave us a Patreon donation of $5.
Good. How are you?
That is. What? Man. Well, Alex, I guess you could say that we only need $39,995. So, hey, Dr. Watney, thank you.
You know, we have night crawlers that care so much
Right.
about the truth.
Okay. No, I haven't called them yet.
Hey, let's kill the phone audio until we get that.
And let's hear from some people. Sort of, who are you guys? Can maybe we pass the mic around and just have a couple of people sort of introduce themselves?
So who do we have here? Well, this is a night crawler that is near and dear to my heart. His name is Boris. He wasn't born in this country, which I find very brave.
Hey, Alex. Thanks for having me. All that is true.
And
Hello? I'm not hearing
you know, Chris, we're hearing the audio on the phone calls,
Hello?
but I'm glad we can hear that audio because you can sort of hear the expertise that's going on in there.
Yeah.
See, here I want to illustrate sort of the way that a Dark of the Night brand phone call begins. It begins with a series of hellos. Sort of, it almost seems like it's not
I don't know how
a
to get
plan.
back to that list again.
It's and you're hearing more of it now, and it sort of sounds like he's talking to someone.
So you're gonna try Kmart 3?
Yeah, Kmart.
It almost sounds like they don't know how to turn down the audio in the other room. And keep in mind that there are 5 people in that room. Why is this show special to me?
On the phone?
Is this on?
Tessa,
What's up?
what's the first time you watched Dark of the Night?
I was probably about 2 years old. So that was in ninth.
How old are you?
That's a good question. What do you think, Alex?
See, I love that. I don't know if this is. I don't know if you won't tell me how old you are, or if you're ageless, and I refuse to decide which one of those.
I would say I'm ageless. But you know, the truth is out there, as they say.
What do you remember about the first time you watched this program?
I was extraordinarily inebriated, and I turned on the glowing screen of Facebook, coming from my MacBook Pro 2016 model. Wow. Yeah. It was a brand new shiny computer at the time before all the crumbs had gotten into the keyboard, and there were these 2 faces just speaking the truth, and I thought, this is the news, you know, between all the fake news and all the real news, this is the news.
We consider ourselves the news, and it's something that we don't like to talk about a lot, but I'm glad that, and we like other people to say it to us because we think it.
Yeah.
Would you, and now I'm not saying, you don't have to say yes to this, but do you watch this show instead of reading newspapers?
Yeah.
Good. Man, you know, there's a lot of what we don't get to hear when it's just me and Eric are some of the sort of paranormal experiences.
Yeah, I've got one. You want me to tell you?
Do you really have one?
Yeah.
That one's a fax
Did you
machine.
play? Oh, wait.
Any phone call action?
Yes, I am. It's amazing because it's almost as if that mic has a will to power over all other mics.
So I was just in the phone chamber, and I've got some exciting news. I think we sorted everything out, and we can make the phone calls that we promised our viewing audience. Jody, do we have anybody who's back there telling us kind of how great a show this is so far? They don't seem to be sad about it, which means they're glad about it. We're all glad about it. So, anyways, so you did hear the sound of a phone call a minute ago. That's the news from the other room. Is that true?
I I heard what I thought to be Jared's voice.
No, but you didn't hear any ringing per se.
No, I did not.
Oh, well, then that means I got work to do. I'll be right back.
Tessa, why don't you share with us, and keep in mind that at any point we may decide that we have to talk about the phones.
That's fine.
Yeah, I get it.
But I just wanted to.
Oh, and the ability to hear phones ringing. But that being said, it's not that we don't care about your paranormal experience. It's just that we equally care about phones and ringing.
Prioritizing, I get it.
So please tell us.
So when you're
Hold it a little closer.
when you're a young girl, you play with stuffed animals. If you're a certain type of young girl, and I played with stuffed animals, and I had names for them.
yes,
and
hi.
if I didn't sleep with a certain
Are you
stuffed
still
animal,
open?
Eric, would you like the mic back?
What?
Okay,
No, I'm listening to what you're
I would
saying.
like to order one large
We've got a
pepperoni
call.
pizza. Do you have any specials going on?
Almost like there's two
Right now, right now, there's a special going on for Darker the Night. They have a special going on right now where they're trying to raise $40,000 to save their show. So, do you have any specials like that on pizzas right now? No, you don't have anything like that. No, okay, that's unfortunate. What they do is they are like paranormal experts, and they really need the money to save their studio, because if they don't hold on to their studio, then there's a really high possibility of a paranormal event happening that goes undetected by the experts here. So if there's anything that you could contribute, like $1 or even a pizza, something to keep us going in our studio, that would be great. So do you have any specials like that? No? Okay, well, if you can ask around to anybody else there and know if they have any specials that can help us on this Darker the Night special, that would be great. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Testify, because there's a reason that we're calling tonight. You may notice a pattern. That was the first of many calls tonight. It was to a Domino's Pizza, and the reason we're choosing to we're not calling people who are working in the service industry or who are trapped there because they have to answer the phone. We're calling them because they are trapped there and they want to escape. They want to escape to a place you don't want to be in Kmart. You want to be in PlaySmart. This PlaySmart. And this is a place of truth. It's a temple where you can try to tell. For instance, something wonderful has happened, and it's even better than you being able to tell what happened to you. And it's us constantly interrupting you. Because maybe we're not supposed to know. That being said, I'm going to give you the mic, and we're going to try to hear you one more time.
Okay, so I was playing with my stuffed animals when I was about 8 years old, and when you go to bed at night, you can't fit all your stuffed animals in the bed, so you feel bad for the ones that you can't. You're like, oh man, I got these, because I had a lot of stuffed animals in 1993, and you got to rotate them, right? Because like I said, you just don't want to make some of them feel bad. And I look at them at night on the shelf thinking, I'm so sorry, Panda. I'm so sorry, Dolphin. You get a turn tomorrow night. You'll sleep in the bed tomorrow night. Which, now thinking about it, is a little bit fucked up. But looking back, they were just my friends. I wasn't having weird things going on. So one night I had this fox with a big bushy tail that was a stuffed animal that I got at a zoo when I think I went to Baltimore on a vacation and threw up in the car. But I think that might have been a dream as well, which is probably a paranormal thing now that I think about it.
Just keep going.
Okay, cool. So one day I was looking at the fox, which hadn't had a turn in the bed for a while, and and I was like, "Fox, you and me tonight, baby." So I put the fox and a bunch of other stuffed animals on the carpeted floor in my bedroom, thinking when I get back from taking a bath and brushing my teethies, y'all are coming in the bed with me. And I go to the bathroom, and when I start to close the door, I notice that the fox brushes its tail in my direction, and it was like out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, and I see the fox brush its tail, and I pause in the middle of my hallway for like 5, 6, 7 seconds to see if it's gonna move again, because this is like the wildest dreams of an 8-year-old. It's like your fucking goddamn stuffed animals are coming to life to play with you, how you always dream. And I'm staring and I'm staring and I'm thinking, okay, maybe like the wind from the door brushed the fox up, but I didn't even close the door. It was just that it was already halfway open. And I stayed for like a minute to see if the fox would move again, and it didn't.
It sounds like things are going really great in here. What did I miss?
Thank you.
You know, what just happened while you were gone is
Yeah.
it was actually the closing chapter of a saga and it was so wonderful that you came in right as she finished her story because it was sort of a miracle happened, and it was a miracle of her being able to tell her story. And this is a place where people can, we may not let you tell your story for not a long time, but for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And I think there's probably, I'm making this up, and this is a place where you can make things up, and then everyone is like, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And there's probably a statistic that says people give up after a few minutes.
I feel like you're telling a story now.
Well,
which is good because
I'm telling a story. Sort of, what we all witnessed was a beautiful sort of constellation of events that I don't want to call paranormal, but I want to call beautiful.
Folks, that's why I'm excited.
One of you clapped.
We've got so many great guests. It's sort of a star-studded night, and the phone calls, we are having some sort of issues with them, but they will happen because they must happen.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
it's kind of exciting because we know it has to work.
Yes.
Because otherwise we'd be fucked.
It would be totally,
and that's
fucking.
It would be crazy if we were.
It would
fucked.
be like, we have to. This is really happening. We move out, and then can't do the show anymore.
Yeah, it's
but,
it's like we have to. It would be like we can't leave.
So why don't we have a guest?
Chet Siegel is
Chet Siegel's here. Everybody give a round of applause. I'm going to grab my headphones because they're right over here.
Chet, why don't you grab this mic? It's so great to have you.
So great to be here.
Man, it's already been kind of a special evening, and I'm not even sure I don't. It's not that I don't believe that, but I'm excited to find out why I do.
Why you feel excited?
Man, you look wonderful.
You look
Thank
great.
you so much. Thank you so much. Last time I was here, my visit didn't end so well. I didn't look so great when I left.
Your head exploded.
I exploded.
Into a million billion pieces. So.
Well, I actually know the exact number because I reassembled myself.
Okay.
So it's I broke apart into 7,800,632 pieces.
See what now? What do you say?
You're so smart. I just.
No, that's just a number. That's not intelligent at all. I counted them. Me
And
my team of surgeons counted all the pieces.
Did you have to come up with that number? Did you have to sort of figure out how numbers worked before you came up with that amount?
It's interesting. That's a great question. I understood how numbers worked before.
Well, that's why. Give it up.
And man, Eric, that's one of the great memories we have at this studio.
It is. It's one of the great memories. And Chet, you were here for that moment. And the Night Crawlers, we've been playing a ton of reruns, and so they've seen your face all the time. People all over the
people.
We're all. But everybody's excited. And so we want to know, what have you been up to lately?
A lot.
Now, once you got your head stitched together, I don't even know how that works.
Well, I wrote a new book.
Did you?
Yeah, I got myself back together again, and then both physically, mentally, and spiritually. And I wrote a book about it. 'Cause that's what you do.
Chris, do we have that?
Let's
Yes.
throw up the graphic. Get your head together. Smiley emoji. How to physically reassemble your actual real head after it exploded. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
now that is.
And I'm doing great, I've got to say. Exploding was the best thing that ever happened to me. It turned my whole life around.
Now why is that?
Well, sometimes you need to break apart, see all the pieces you're made of, and choose to not put some of them back in.
I have a hard time believing that almost, because my life just seems like it continues to just, you know what your head did? How it
Yeah.
just kind of disintegrated?
It did.
That is how my life just keeps going. It keeps going in that direction. I wish it was going in the direction your head went after you stitched it all together
Well,
again.
I
How
think
do you do that?
You got to read the book. You got to read the book. To put
I
the
can't
pieces
afford
together.
the
You got to
book.
read the book. I mean,
We can't afford
you-
that book. We can't
No.
afford. Can we get a round of applause? You keep donating, and we'll.
oh, please, people.
What's the donation count up to? Just a quick check in.
Wow.
$18.
Wow.
You get a car. You get a car. You get a car.
And just to be clear, how much time has passed during the episode?
About 35 minutes.
Yeah.
35 minutes.
Man, it's really cool because at some point something crazy is going to happen in order for us to be all right.
Well,
and it will. Or otherwise, it'll be like, oh.
There are, like, oil magnates that play Fortnite that might drop in and give us a big donation. You don't know.
Yeah, get your hopes up, but also manage your expectations. That's something I talk about in my book.
You're
Not to sneak peek. I have a little present for you guys as well, but go ahead.
Present?
You have a present for us?
I do. I have two little presents. Okay, that my PR team put together. Okay.
You have a PR team.
I have a whole PR team.
You're
I have a whole
unbelievable.
PR team.
We should all have that PR team.
Yeah. We should all have that PR team. Maybe you could introduce us to your PR team and just say, hey, these guys are like me and they're going places.
You should be like, hey, PR team, do you have $40,000?
Yeah. We are
we're not kidding. In a way, we're not.
Do you think? Is that your that's got to be the.
We'll talk off air. We'll talk
Yeah.
off air about it.
But
let's get you to the presents.
Oh,
This is
let's
what
get
I
to
do.
the presents.
Okay?
What?
And this is
You get a car. You get a car.
It's not a car. It's not a car. But
I can see what it is.
Okay, well,
it doesn't. I mean,
these are two. Now you may think, what do these have to do with my book? Okay, I've got a safari hat, and I've got
What?
a safari hat.
No.
Safari hat.
Okay.
It's a little more fun that way.
Yeah.
Safari. And then a flashlight. Okay, these are both gifts from my team to you. So first thing with the flashlight, you've got to get your head together, okay? You
gotta go out and
find all of the pieces of your skull. That's a crucial part of reassembling your head. You do not need all of your brain. You do need every piece of your skull that you can find. So look for bony pieces, okay?
Great.
So that's for you.
Great.
And then-
Are there batteries that cut in it?
I think they're sold separately. I'll send a text to the
There is a
team.
CVS near here.
But it was free.
Yeah. I can't turn it on.
You
That's true.
can't sell something separately if you never bought it. So
Well,
I mean,
it is sold separately from the free item. 'cause
right.
It's sold.
I'm not mad. I'm not
separately
mad.
free.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well,
And I mean that in a good way.
Hey,
I got a young. And then once you get your head together, then you've got to keep your head together.
Wow.
That's
Okay?
very cool.
Yeah, you've got to find actually a very stiff structured hat. Wear it often. It'll help your skull reform.
Wow.
There you go.
Now that's the one I'm going to take
There you
because
go. You're a hat man.
I mean, now, and you can have this, but here's the one thing I like about this.
Mm-hmm.
This is clever because you're very clever. I'll say it, we're all clever. All three of us are doing great, and we're all going to raise $40,000 with our PR team.
I
would not say we are all doing great because we are not all hosting individual, bankruptcy telethons, right? I mean, that's just the fact of the matter, and that's one of the many reasons we're here is because we all love and support these two hosts in this wonderful show. We'd hate to see it go.
We're having a good time.
I love it. We should not worry, not dwell. Let's keep.
Let's cut the shit. How about that?
Okay.
We have two shotguns.
We will here,
and we know what you are.
We know
that you're. We know that. Let's cut the shit, Eric. She is not human anymore. And
that's true.
And we. Well,
we know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I copped to it. I own it.
Well,
I own it.
Well,
guess
this
what?
is
This is
tense.
I own.
Well, till the end of tonight, we own this place. So, not go away, but let's just give her a round of applause.
No.
Let's march her off the chair.
Look, I'll make a deal with you.
Oh, this will be sad.
You introduce us to your PR team, and you can eat. You're allowed to eat Jared because he is my assistant manager. He's my manager. He's my manager at work, and I don't like him.
Jared, stand up just so that she can see what.
Can I just see
what's at stake here?
And can you tell me what your diet mostly is? Ooh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Meat.
Okay, you know what? I think I could set up a brunch. I could set up a work brunch with my PR team in exchange for this little snack.
Thank you.
That's all the
I didn't
consent
expect
I need.
that to go like
That's
that.
Great.
Sorry, what is Chet now? What is Chet now?
Okay, well, I have always been. No, that's not true. But before I exploded, I am still a zombie.
Well, and you're lucky that we let you in here. Now let's give her a round of applause.
So buy my book.
And
okay, so that was good. It's great. We're moving up in the world,
man.
We want to go to a phone call now.
Who do we have next, Chris? Mary. Now, Mary, we're so excited to have. Let's give Mary a big round of applause.
Oh, is she? Phone call. Mary's doing a phone call. Oh, this is excellent. Folks, this is wonderful. Mary is a member of the Brooklyn Paranormal Society.
Former member of the Brooklyn Paranormal Society. She's a real life psychic.
Yes.
She is. I'm very excited to have her as part of the Dark of the Night team. You know, Eric.
Yeah.
When before there was sort of some technical sort of excitement going on.
Right.
We were kind of taking the opportunity to get to hear some of the Nightcrawler's paranormal stories.
Yes.
Would you be interested in maybe dipping into that well again?
Sure. I mean, while the phone call, if we're getting still set up with the phone call, we've got Thomas here. Thomas has had some sort of paranormal experiences. Could you share a little bit of
For sure.
something you might have experienced? Yeah, sure. Give Thomas a round of applause.
Yeah. Is this one on?
It is on.
Well, you guys know this already because I shared this at a gathering, at a show, a collective gathering of Nightcrawlers. And this happened to me when I was about 10 years old. I went to summer camp, and I was in southwestern Virginia, Rockbridge County.
That's enough, Thomas. Let's go to a phone call.
I am interested in getting a room. However, I'm here and I'm working at a telethon, and there's a show that's not doing so well right now. In fact, they might be closing down, and we're looking for donations. We really, really need $40,000. I'm not asking that you give us all of that. And, but if you could just give us something, you know what, even if you would maybe donate some rooms for them they could do their show out of one of your rooms and they could bring their whole set. Do you think that's possible?
No, that would not go through.
No, are you sure? Can I talk to, can I please, is there somebody I can talk to in maybe human resources or your manager?
No, it would be back until tomorrow morning.
Well, okay, what about you? Have you ever seen this show? It's fantastic. It has Alex Myers and Eric Yearwood, and it's a paranormal show, and it's streaming, and it's on Twitch TV. Have you seen it? It's actually on right now. If you want to find it, it's on at this moment. What's your name, by the way? What's your name? What's your name?
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to let you go.
Really? There's no chance that you... How about just a room? You don't even have to give us money. Hello?
Let's give her a round of applause.
What, Mary, Amy, that was some great work.
That was wonderful. And you know, we're at $23.
We're at $23.
Let's give her one more round of applause. Mary, that was
some yeoman's work there. And I think that we almost had them there. It would have been nice to meet in that room.
Let me say this. I really did feel that I really wanted to stay in a room.
Yeah.
That we would have gotten for free.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
You know
what that would have been like.
Like I like that in hotels that the comforters are rough.
Yeah.
And it's just like those was that a Holiday Inn you were calling? Holiday Inns are really nice. They just have soft sheets and just like clean looking modern closets.
What do we have? What's next on the highway to Alex? You're gonna make a call? What?
Well, my buddy did get back from Peru just now.
Your buddy got back from Peru.
For real.
What the hell
What
are
the
you
fuck are you talking about? And this is
come over here.
I haven't talked to him in a while. Derek. He's the guy I was telling you about. He works for the synthetic gas company.
Now I'm not mad, but I sort of am frustrated because I feel like I'm talking to someone who's like having a seizure but enjoying it. You're like enjoying the fact that nothing you're saying makes sense, and you're like inflicting it on us.
I took a nap today. My circadian rhythm is a bit off. This show is a little late for me.
I feel like I'm talking to like a William S. Burroughs book. Like I want to shove you up my ass in a horrible way.
Well, Shia LaBeouf. What's his name?
You know that guy's name.
He likes William S. Burroughs. I heard in an interview once.
What is this? Is this a segment? What is this?
Can you get out of here, please? And
man,
that's codename Sandpiper. He's not always.
He wasn't supposed to be in here at all.
No, he was supposed to be setting up the next phone call. Chris? What are we doing next? Okay, so this is a big deal, folks. So in the history of Dark of the Night, Alex and I were radio broadcasters for a long time, and then we moved to podcast, and then we moved to web series, then we moved to live stream, then back to podcasting.
And then it was time to move into improv.
Right, which we're still kind of dipping our toe in.
Yeah.
But the point is that we have a web series that nobody's ever seen. And so we want to broadcast an episode of that web series right now, and you're going to see it for the first time. And so if you like it, maybe gift us with $39,000. So we'll sort of revisit that on the back end. How about we roll this beautiful bean footage?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Hello, night crawlers, and welcome back to Dark of the Night.
We're about to bring on a mystery guest who claims to have some highly sensitive information. We don't know who he is or what he's going to tell us, but we know it's going to be big.
Could it be about aliens, or perhaps a government conspiracy? Well, we're about to find out.
Alex, I have to admit, I'm very excited about this, man.
Eric, you are preaching to the choir, my friend. Let's bring him out. Yeah.
Cool. Please. We understand you have some highly sensitive information you want to share with us.
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm going to fuck both of you.
Okay.
How do you mean?
Allow me to explain. This keyboard represents you. Are you ready for me? Are you ready for me? It's saying yes, I am.
I think it's time to call security.
Yeah, why don't we get somebody out here?
They're gone. They've begun their journey. A journey you're about to begin. Oh God. Comfortable, stupid, and how about you, stupid? Switch to handheld.
You got it.
I am the whisper of heaven that God fails to explain.
Oh my God!
I am the white knight who glides into the gate and disturbs the frivolous. Are you ready for the big surprise? You're gonna hate me for it.
Eric, but I thought you were... Eric. You prank master. Oops. Eric, you're bleeding.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
We're not proud of some of that, but some of it did seem like it worked.
Some of it worked well.
Yeah.
We have a special guest to bring us into sort of a different realm.
And it's someone we've long talked about. He's part of Dark of the Night lore. I mean, from the beginning.
And, you know, he's just kind of sitting there and he has normal shoes on.
Right.
And a mask that, from what I understand, cost almost $25 at a costume shop. And if you saw the mask up close, you'd understand that whoever spent the money on it was robbed. And I'm not saying that, you know, we bought it for tonight and I didn't check the price, but
the point
it cost $25.
Should we say his name at the same time?
Yes.
Henon the Gregarian.
Now, Heenan, not to interrupt before you start your poem, I'm going to give you 2 pointers on using that mic. And this is part, it's kind of a fun thing to throw out there suddenly, but it is true. You have to hold the mic so close to your mouth. Yes. That's it. I'll skip the second pointer.
Ode to the Duo. A poem by Heenan the Gregarian. Long ago, before time did tick, before heavens were here, before God made click, the universe was empty, 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 empty. In a line above, perhaps thought heard thee, the word click mentioned by me. Did I mean the Adam Sandler movie Click from 2006? I don't know. Now hear me. Ghosts, specters, goblins, monsters, spirits seeking rest and offered what? A world that does not believe? A world that cannot conceive of things beyond, 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 beyond. The only thing I had to eat today was a bagel! A bagel! A bagel it was, and the cream cheese did shine like a whispered orchid, and it was a small bagel. Does anyone see? Does anyone feel? Does anyone sense? Can anyone seal the truth inside a human heart? No. It must escape. We must pursue truth to its fate. So tell the world about Yeti, skunk ape, the greens, the grays, the Mothman's shape. Tell them of spirits, nearits, wizards and gizzards, monsters and gonsters, fucktards and sucktards. It is there, in those words, that truth has occurred. From Eric and Alex, 'tis truth that we've heard. Also, I'm pissed.
That was awesome. I'm crying inside my mouth, and I don't cry inside my mouth ever.
No. That was touching, and we don't ever get that kind of artistry on this show, and you brought something that we'll remember forever. It didn't make any sense, but it did.
But there was more curse words than I thought there was gonna be.
My work gets that reaction a lot. You two deserve it. This show deserves it.
It's interesting because I really thought we talked about Heenan the Gregarian in a bunch of episodes over the past year, and I really thought that he was going to be able to do, and not that that wasn't great, but I thought that he was going to be able to do something like impressive.
We've got a phone call?
Awesome.
Let's press.
Across from the Shell gas station. Okay. Okay. I'm actually behind the Shell gas station. I'm behind the Shell gas station in the parking lot. At the truck stop, and you're going to want to get someone over here soon. There's been hello. I lost him.
Now, let's give a round of applause. And
that was the kind of call that we were hoping and praying that would be part of raising this money.
Yeah, and it just seemed like kind of it didn't seem like a phone call. It just seemed like some phone call is
Right.
what I want to say. It seemed like some phone call.
It wasn't clear what the object was or what. It was like a guy who was saying, "I'm here in one place," and the other guy was saying, "I'm behind you."
I had no idea what kind of service he would be requesting with that information that he was offering. And so from that standpoint, it was a good phone call.
Yeah.
But in other...
Let's give Thomas a round of applause. That was one of the greatest moments, I feel like.
They might
elaborate.
Well, I think they might actually be interested still in giving.
You feel like you communicated enough to where they would know where
I think they understand the message and the meaning.
Who was that?
I don't know their name.
Let's give a round of applause for
Tom.
that.
Man, you know,
we're doing so much. So many positive things are happening. So many lives are being changed.
Yeah, tonight's been one of the greatest nights so far.
What's our tally? How much money do we? $23.
Wow, that's been the same for about 10 minutes, and that's good. And it's been such an awesome night so far.
Man, I just want to keep it going forever. I know that everybody here, some people probably don't want that to happen, but I want that to happen.
Yeah, I want to find a way to keep you all here and then roll around on you.
Now, our next guest is somebody who is really a force to be reckoned with. Who is it? Who's our next guest?
Do we have another
Chris? Mary Amy.
Mary, this is great. Now, let's actually, if you don't mind, we want to switch mics.
Yeah,
Why don't you take this one? Now, one of the things, Mary, how are you doing tonight, Mary?
I'm good. How are you?
Mary,
Can I get close to you?
we're gonna be close.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit here.
Okay, fantastic.
Now, I like to be close. Now, I'm not trying to. Mary's going to do a psychic reading on me, and Mary Amy is an honest to God psychic, and I'm not trying to control your reading of me.
Okay.
But I just want to tell you a couple things, and I'm not lying up top. I feel fine. My sort of the landscape of my current sort of emotional and relation, like I am going to be homeless for a short time. Okay. But other than that, I feel like I don't have any like major enemies, and I don't have any really fears. Okay. So
You're open. You're really open, right?
And Mary, it's gonna be tough because you're gonna have to talk into that mic. Yeah, this is gonna be. Would you like me to hold the mic?
I think that would be great, Eric.
This is a full service situation. Here we go.
Okay. Okay, so ready? So I'm going to just go like...
We're going to need 2 mic holders.
Boris is coming over. Everybody give Boris a round of applause. Oh, excellent. Okay, so
Ready?
I'll just sit here.
Hi, my name is Mary, and your name is?
My name is Alex.
Hi, Alex. If it's okay with you, what I'd like to do is I'd like to hold hands with you, connect with you, and we see where it goes.
So we're going to hold hands, and we're going to connect, and we're going to see where it goes.
So right off the bat, I got some kind of black and white, like a checkerboard. Let's see what else I see. I see a long, winding road.
Is it a good road?
Actually, I see a red pickup truck on a dirt road. So usually I get metaphors and then it means something.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what does that metaphor mean?
I don't know yet. It takes time, you know.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm seeing you when you were a bit younger, when you were in probably high school age, And it looks to me like what I'm seeing is that you actually had a very goofy kind of personality, and you were silly. You were trying to find your way. Let's see. Something related to keys. Okay, so what I'm getting is that that was actually the key to where you were going. Obviously, here we are. Do you have a question or direction you want me to go into?
Well, so far, let me just say this about my time in high school.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify. I think what you might have been reading just now is what other people claimed. People would say that Alex Myers, he's silly or goofy.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was planning
Yeah.
something.
Okay. I definitely see you goofy. I see you actually in your own kind of world where you thought you were really funny, whether you were or not, we don't know, but you thought you were. But I'm not saying you're not now. I'm just saying in high school, that's what I saw.
In high school, well, I might as well dump some facts on you.
Is there a red pickup truck involved?
You know, I'll be honest.
Maybe it's your future.
There was a person that I knew who was in my 11th grade English class, and I can't remember his name, but he was very intelligent, and he got in to both Yale and Columbia, and he barely had any friends, but he was very well put together. And he drove a red pickup truck. And maybe I need to go get it from him. Or maybe find a way to go back in time and take it from him. Neither of those seem true to me. I'm just sort of casting a wide net. My parents, I'll say this. My parents live in fucking Texas, the best fucking state. It's a state filled with cowboy hats and horses and dirt and ranches.
Okay, that makes sense.
So let me ask you this. Am I going to sort of overcome my neighbors? What I mean by that is I have new upstairs neighbors.
Okay. Are you going to overcome them? I feel like there's a competition for sure between you and them. And there's definitely a competitive thing going on.
Let me explain. It's not that we're enemies, but they
see black pointing or something. Like, I feel like there's like pecking. There's some kind of pecking or something black. I don't know. I see black and like pushing down. I don't know.
I think they think that they know more about wine than me.
Oh.
And stuff like that. They have nicer. I think they have nicer looking furniture.
Okay.
I think like when I see like their key rings and stuff like that, it's sort of like more well thought out than my key, like shit like that, like little stuff. It just seems like they really are doing well.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to sort of.
Let
me ask you this: do you think that I will get to a place where people will look at me and
hold my hand? You stop holding my hand. Okay. I think they will, but it won't matter to you. I think that's actually a place of success is an alluring thing for you, but it's not really about people looking at you. You're just saying that. It's more about you feeling like inside that you did all the things that you did, brought you to this moment, and that's success to you. It doesn't matter if anyone even knows who you are, but if you get there, you're going to feel validated. That's what I get.
Will they, and I know this doesn't grammatically sort of make sense with the sort of general kind of thing. Will they be there when I'm validated? Like, I guess
the neighbors?
Yeah, the neighbors.
Oh, the neighbors will look the other way.
Okay. I have hated my neighbor for 4 years, and I just moved, and I have new neighbors, and I was like, good, and they're immediately, it's sort of falling into the same place. I'm going to ask one more sort of serious. I'm going to ask one serious question.
Okay, serious question.
I have an uncle named Michael.
Okay.
Will I ever hang out? Will I ever hang out with my Uncle Michael?
Will you ever hang out with Uncle Michael? Is this true?
This is true. I have an Uncle Michael. He's my mom's brother.
I don't really feel close. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't feel like there's a. I don't know. I don't feel the connection. That's why I'm asking if it's a true thing.
Yeah. No. Well, here's the thing. If you don't feel a connection, I feel like what you're feeling is I definitely won't hang out with my Uncle Michael.
Yeah. I don't
And I
feel
can
that.
like there's we live in a world we live in a world filled with like turmoil and uncertainty. We don't know. There's so many ways. We could solve global warming and then get hit by an asteroid or a super volcano.
I believe that.
We could solve global warming and then get hit by a car afterwards. So there's not a lot you can be sure of. But I feel really, and this isn't the only thing I'm sure about. But I feel like if anyone said to me, do you ever think you're going to hang out with your Uncle Michael? I would say probably not.
You guys, thank you so much, Mary Amy. I learned more about Alex in that moment than I have probably in as long as I've ever known him. Folks, we want to keep everything rolling, but I want to hear from some of the people real quick that are sitting of the night crawlers in back here. If I pass the mic around, could you guys just say your name and then maybe say if you were able to capture one paranormal creature or cryptid, which one would it be? Let's start with Boris here. Maybe say your name and then say that fact.
Boris, I'm here as a skeptic. I don't buy it.
I wish he hadn't been.
That was
first.
depressing. Yeah,
you shouldn't have been first.
My name is Greer. It's not racist, but it sounds a little racist. But I would like to meet or capture the Wendigo. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
I wish you wouldn't have. This is two shitty ones in a row because you qualified it that way, and no one would have thought it was racist.
Well,
it's a weird time. It's a weird time we're living in.
It's better to be safe than sorry.
I think it's a Native American spirit, antlers.
Okay, well then that
skull
makes more
face.
sense.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you qualified.
But it sounds like it could be racist for like Italians or something. I'm not sure.
Let's keep the mic moving.
Hey, I'm Brian.
And Brian, by the way, he was our tech on Dark of the Night for a long time.
Yeah, it's good to be back
in the dark ages.
It's good to be back, guys. It's good to be back in the studio. I would like to continue to the pursuit of Lacerda. If you remember Lacerda.
Yes, that's a deep cut. Lacerda.
Lacerda was some kind of subterranean / alien creature that a lot of people think is kind of humanoid and exists in our realm. I think so. I would go for Lacerda.
Yeah. Slave ghost.
Slave ghost?
What's happening? And I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just sort of like sad and confused, and I am mad.
Why are you mad?
Because what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about, and I know this sounds, it could sound racist.
Why do we just pick another one? Pick a different one.
Wait, we've got a phone call. We're gonna press pause.
Don't pick one that you have to explain might be racist.
What is your delivery time? Like, how quickly could I expect a delivery if I'm about a 10-minute drive away from you guys? I'm just about 10 minutes away from your location. I'm just wondering what the delivery time would be. We'll get. I just want to understand some policies. What is your return policy if I'm unhappy with the pizza that I get? can I return a pizza if I'm unhappy with it and get my money back? No, not here. We don't do that. Not here. Okay. What's your giving money to telethons policy? Give it to telethons. We don't do that. You do? Okay. Well, this might be a non-starter.
Let's cut back away from that. So here's the thing, and now there's no bad phone calls in this show, and there's no bad ideas. We've been locked in, and I said, and first of all, let's just give a round of applause just to sort of whatever.
We were in the middle of going around. I'd like to finish that, and then I feel like there's an impending sort of clash of the titans here with Jared immediately after, but that may or may not be true.
I just want to say this: the slave ghost was a slave, is now a ghost, and was / is at my summer camp.
Wait, just to be clear, this is something you want to. What are we doing with this thing?
That would be the ghost I wanted to meet.
Oh, you want to meet it?
Okay.
Jody?
It's definitely Sasquatch for me.
It's classic.
Good choice.
We have Danny Poland here.
How you doing? I was just the Loch Ness Monster.
That's a good class.
Fascinated by that. By that one.
I think that's a fun one because you don't think about, like, if I would ever think about meeting something, I always think of it as a similar size as me. But if you met the Loch Ness Monster, you'd be meeting something so huge.
Like a whale shark.
Yeah.
Let's skip Jared because he's probably had too much airtime already.
Jared, Santa Claus.
Hi, I'm the illustrious Madam Z, and I would.
Not. She's so pleased with herself. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I would like to meet a mournful castle ghost, like maybe Marie Antoinette.
I'm sorry I started this.
I'm Natalie. Maybe I'd meet a dragon.
Great.
It's a lot to meet. I think I'd want to meet.
You are one. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's rude. Like, I wouldn't want to meet other people. Have you met all humans? Have you met all people? Are you closing yourself off to all interactions?
No.
Well, then fine. I want to meet a fucking unicorn.
Okay.
Yeah, who are these people? Who is anyone here?
I'm Tessa, and I'd like to meet the discontinued toy Teddy Ruxpin.
What?
Dude,
I'm sorry.
I wish I could wrap everyone up in this room, including you and me, and fucking jam it into the trash.
No.
There's nothing I really want to meet because it's my day job.
Good point.
That was a good one. We should have started.
I wish we got paid to do. I wish we did not have a shift at Best Buy in about 8 hours.
Man.
Speaking of, I feel like
I'm going to clear out here.
I didn't want to do this, but Jared, can we have you sit in? I asked you if I could sort of get out of the shift I was supposed to work today. In order to prep for the show here, you said yes, and part of the deal was you got to be on the show. So
Thank you for having me.
Well,
Eric.
Yep. You're here.
I am.
And so what? I suppose I'm supposed to ask you questions and whatnot. So
well, actually, Eric, I have some questions for you, or not really questions, some things I'm going to talk about. You've been pretty elusive lately in performance review season.
Yeah, well, I've been prepping for the show, and
right.
So we're trying to raise money.
I brought
for
the performance review to you here on the show.
No, what?
Yes, I did.
There's plenty of time at work.
Did you load that graphic in?
Oh wow.
Where did that?
Who built that? Whatever. Keep going.
Why?
So, just to begin, to set the tone,
Wait, stop. So you're going to do the performance review on right here and now.
There are 4
That's
rankings.
a shitty thing to do.
Excellent, good, fair,
Jared.
and poor.
It's all right, man. We're all here watching.
Number 1.
You already had your performance review.
Number 1. Sorry.
What?
Job knowledge.
Great.
Good.
Good.
Good. You have a good knowledge of electronics.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
As evidenced by your studio,
Yeah.
which makes the next category kind of frustrating.
Uh-huh.
Work quality poor.
Give me a break. What? That's rich?
The employee fails to
Sample.
complete the employee fails to complete basic tasks in a timely manner. So from corporate, they say...
What is this?
No, whenever
This
and corporate says that whenever we give someone a poor rating, we have to include examples like eyewitness testimonies. So I'm going to read this.
This is so
Jared,
lame.
Jared, I just want to tell you, like, he's my friend. Okay?
This isn't coming from me. Alyssa, who works in iPhone accessories, says, I had a customer who wanted to see a vacuum. I walked the customer over to appliances and found Eric slouched over eating turkey chili from a paper cup. I introduced the customer to Eric, but he refused to acknowledge us for more than a full minute, shoveling more and more chili into his mouth faster and faster. The customer left disgusted, and I threatened to report the incident to the floor manager. Eric argued loudly, insisting he had to fill himself with, quote-unquote, maximum fuel.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I didn't eat breakfast. And sometimes we're out on ghost hunts.
Yeah, it's called exponential eating.
Yeah.
You start eating slow and you start shoveling faster as you go.
And we're in the middle of a graveyard face to face with God knows what.
Yeah. If you want us to work better, maybe don't build a Best Buy next to a graveyard. Okay?
It's called customer service.
What the fuck are you...
Number 3, technical skills. Fair.
Oh, you're damn right.
Even though I don't understand why you refuse to learn the POS system. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
4,
system.
attitude poor. Tompkins from Cords and Cable section says, Eric has an attitude that can only be described as quote-unquote piss poor. And I mean that literally. One time he arrived for work late, speeding into the parking lot in his beat-up Pontiac. It's not funny. He Tokyo drifted into a handicap spot while urinating out the open window of the driver's side door. If the maneuver wasn't so impressive, it would have reported him immediately to HR. P.S. I did vomit later thinking about this.
That's not true.
5, dependability. Fair.
You're damn right.
I mean, I would have ranked you lower, but...
This is a character assassination on my own show. And I don't know why we have to do this now.
And finally, communication.
Great.
Poor.
Give me a break, dude.
Clarissa in Camcorder says, when I ask Eric a question, he speaks in riddles like he's a druid or something. It's creepy and annoying. Today I asked Eric, hey Eric, which aisle is small appliances? And this was his verbatim response. Betwixt the fingertips of blind fate lies the path of the never-winter moon. Tony in
It's a
smartwatches
quote
says,
from Robert Jordan's
Eric
Wheel of
only
Time."
speaks in Latin, pig Latin. Why is that, Eric?
Yeah, is K my ass K, okay? A piche K?
A piche.
All right, well, I think that's enough. Let's get Jared out of here, please. Yeah, I guess give him a round of applause. I'm a good worker. Alex is sure as heck a hard worker. I don't know. I feel like
Don't feel bad, man.
I feel like we're sort of coming to we're coming to the end of the show, and I don't know if things are going good or bad. Do we have the 40,000?
Still $23.
So I
Hasn't changed in a while.
just
We're fucked.
Get away
dude.
from. Get.
Why are you guys clapping? We call some rich people.
Everybody knows a rich person in this room. Who knows a rich person? What's their phone number? I saw a hand. How about you? Yeah, I know some rich people.
Jody, are the Nightcrawlers saying anything or? Trailer material. Oh, okay, I see. Look, Alex, what do you want to do? Should we make one more phone call or what?
I think we do need to make one last phone call on the off chance that Domino's or Kmart will figure out a way to help us.
Who is there? Somebody else who will do one last phone call?
Does anybody want to help?
Boris. All right. We started this telethon so excited. I thought that somebody was gonna come swoop down and we could keep the studio.
Well,
what are we gonna do, man? If we gotta get into the gutter again and just roll around in the toilet.
Dude, we'll never broadcast from the toilet that is in that gutter again. I mean that. I would rather, hey, listen to me, look at me, and I would rather climb Mount Everest while wearing another mountain than
what?
I mean, I was trying to be inspiring to you.
No, I know what you're saying, man. And look, we'll make it one way or another. If we have to give up this place, we'll go underground again, and we'll just sell newspapers. Children.
Newspapers is the wrong industry to get into, I think, but.
Well, we've got one last night visions here in the studio after the show tonight. So if you're here and you're bummed out because we're losing the studio and the show's going to change again, then take heart because we will survive. The truth will survive, and we're going to rock the house tonight. And any of you guys want to stick around and drink the rest of the beer that we bought, the cheap beer, you're welcome to stay because we'll be here jamming out. And the truth is never going to go away. Not until we capture Sasquatch and skin him alive. And then we got a phone call?
All right, let's see what happens.
Oh, that's perfect. I was hoping to check availability. It's the last dark of the night. Sorry, I was hoping to check availability. Do you have? You said it's electronics, right?
Do we have what?
It's the electronics department, right?
Yes, this is electronics.
It's the last episode. Sorry, it's the last dark of the night. I just realized. Are you familiar?
With what?
Dark of the night.
Dark of the night? What is it for?
Well, it's ideally for if there's paranormal activity for like an investigation.
Okay, 1 second, okay?
Yeah, are you check?
This is going good. This is going really good.
This is the one.
Come on, 40,000. What is he smoking? Is he smoking marijuana?
What is happening on our channel?
Dude, Sandpiper, if you smoke that,
He took it.
You son of a. Gosh. He's not supposed to be doing that.
Hey, this is Chris from Electronics. What can I help you with?
Hi, Chris. I was hoping to check. Oh, it's the last episode of Dark of the Night. Sorry, Chris, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
It's the last Dark of the Night. Do you know if the department there is aware that it's the last Dark of the Night?
Is it like what is it for? Like is it a movie camera related thing or?
Well, it's a series specifically for investigating paranormal activity.
Okay, I haven't heard or seen anything like that.
Well, it's the last one right now, so unfortunately it's pretty late. But it's on Twitch. Are you familiar with Twitch?
Yes.
So it's on Twitch, and they're trying to raise $40,000 in order to like pay rental of the studio and keep the show going. And this is the last one if they don't.
Okay. So you're basically trying to promote it.
Well, no, it's a good investment opportunity. So it's less a promotion for the show and more an opportunity for either Walmart corporate or any individuals.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I'm not going. Nobody. I'm not promoting. Unfortunately, I'm not promoting it, and that would be Walmart corporate that you'd have to talk to about them trying to promote that.
Well, I guess it would be corporate if I was trying to get the entire 40,000 at once, but individually, if any small amount really would contribute to it, and it would keep Dark of the Night from ending its season today. It's the last one right now. It's literally like live right now on Twitch.
I'm sorry, man. I can't help you with that.
Sorry, you said your name was Chris, right? Chris, my name is Boris. Chris, are you still with me?
Yes, I'm still here.
And this is electronics department, right?
Yes.
So, Dark of the Night is filmed on electronics, that's for sure. And it uses a lot of electronics in its mission. Do you remember what that? Do you remember what that mission was?
Again, I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Well, it's not just about money. It's also, of course, about support, because the more viewers they have and the more support they have in general, spiritual support as well, would help them in their mission and in raising funds and in finding paranormal activity.
I understand that. Again, I apologize. I can't do anything, especially, we just can't do it.
Chris, have you ever experienced paranormal activity?
I'm sorry. I have not, but it is kind of an interesting thing to me. But again, at my position, what I am right now, I can't even go on Twitch and look at that kind of stuff right now.
You mean because you're currently working, or is there some other reason you're not allowed on Twitch?
I'm currently on the clock.
Oh, I see.
Chris, we're going to come in here. This is Eric.
And this is Alex.
And we are the hosts of Dark of the Night. You're saying you've never seen the show?
I have not.
Well, look, there are times when you just got to break all the rules and say, screw this.
Forget it.
And we're inviting you on a journey to join us in sort of a eternal struggle. And we need you to just tell us right now, are you in?
For 40K.
Or are you out? And let me say, if you're out, You can't get back in because the ship's going to sail and you got to be on the boat. All hands on deck. You know what I'm saying?
Chris, are you still with us?
Chris?
He's
Now, guys, look.
You know, well, first of all, let's clear the air. We're ruined.
We are ruined. But Alex, I heard one thing in that call, and Boris, that was a great job you did.
It was a beautiful thing because Boris doesn't believe in any of what we talk about.
But you could hear in that Chris's voice, you know, he was wavering. And it was that Jerry Maguire moment. You know, he was almost ready to just throw his job out the window and say, I'm going to do something that has significance, paranormal significance. And if there's a glimmer of hope that we can convince the people out there to join us, then we don't need this studio. All we need is friendship or...
No, I agree with
whatever.
You. No, I wasn't. Did I give you a look that
No.
was like, no?
No.
No, because yes.
And we need guns.
Yes.
And
whips.
Bull whips and...
Man, we had, just a quick aside. This is kind of a fun aside. We have a whole weekend planned involving guns and bullwhips. And it's just kind of it's like no matter what happens, let's spend the weekend with guns and bullwhips. And we're going to use them
in a myriad of ways.
And it's the simple things. It's the things that make you go, fuck it. That make you go, I am going to enjoy the amount of time that I have on this earth by sacrificing, happiness and in hosting a weekly broadcast show to prove the existence of all sorts of crazy, good stuff.
And no one can ever take that away from us. So Nightcrawlers, even though you guys didn't really sort of bring it, and you didn't really call mommy and daddy and say, help out with a small pittance for these shiftless shitmeisters sucking ass in New York City.
Everybody kiss my
What
ass.
you did bring is you brought yourselves. And we are so thankful for that. So thank you, Nightcrawlers. And we will always see you in hell.
Now, while everybody's here, we got to move this couch to the curb.
Okay. Stay for night visions. Stick around for night visions.